What up, animators? Chris Jaser here for Saturday Morning Cartoons. I am back. I am back in action. I don't know. It's second thing of coffee. It's starting to kick in. It's been a while. It's been a crazy couple of months because I started a brand new job as a 3D artist at Wayfair and just trying to find the time as well as create new videos, create new animations, new paintings, which I just did recently. And it's just been a crazy couple of weeks, but I am back doing live streams. I've been working on some animation stuff in between. The one nice thing about the new job is the fact that I can commute into Boston, and makes life so much nicer for me to just take out my tablet and just sketch and draw and animate. And I'm definitely going to be doing more animations this week. I am planning a big short with my characters Molly and Fluffy, and I'm still storyboarding those out, and we'll probably be doing this a lot on here, but I figured, let's do something a little more different. Let's try something else. And actually, I am forgetting my little Twitch alert thingy. Pop that up real quick. Put that back up. Oop. Give me that. There we go. Give me the... Oh yeah, that's something else. But figure I would do is I've had an animation I had before, and I haven't really played around with it, but I've learned some new ways of not storyboarding, but doing some cleanup work on this that make life a little bit easier. But that's the animation, and I do like it. It looks very unclean, I guess, and obviously it's not finished. So I figured I would do is actually try a new way of cleaning up using the pencil tool, which has a little bit better line weight to it. I mean, I've been using the brush tool for all my cleanup work, and I really needed to change that up. So, plus, I would probably use this as a, hey, we got a new follower kind of thing during the streams. So that way, we all recognize that you are following me and having some great time being entertained by my madness. As you can tell, I have no idea what I've been doing. It's been a while. And it's bothered. It definitely has been bothering me because I've been wanting to do some more animation stuff and everything. And I'm going to do actually right now is make a new layer called Cleanup. Close that down. I also been working to let's group that all together. I've also been working towards raising some funds to actually get a new version of the Toon Boom Harmonies Premium, and because the one thing I've been having difficulty with is producing so much of Molly's Follies episodes and doing the way I'm doing it now, which is hand drawn. It's taking a really long time, and I understand, this stuff takes time, but if I could find ways to boost production on those, then I would be able to have more episodes out. Because, like I said, it's drawing, everything's drawn by hand. It's not difficult, it's just very tedious. So I've been looking to possibly make 3D character rigs with not 3D, 2D character rigs with these characters. So that way I could just animate them, put them together, and not have to worry about you know, having to redraw them over and over and over again. It's all built into the rig, and I could actually have all the expressions, and then I can add expressions to them as the show goes on. But yeah, well, you know what? Let's get animating. So enough about me chit-chatting. Chit-chat. And I'm also going to do too is going to make a rough one on top of this, because I've drawn Fluffy so many times now that since this last drawing that I want to have a good clean up look to him. It's so nice to draw. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been doing like the morning drawings, so if you've been seeing me on my Instagram, I've been doing some drawings. I did a painting and been fairly working a lot on art stuff. I just haven't had really good success doing like videos and live streams and all that. So I'm hoping that the month of July that will change. There are things that I am planning to do, and I definitely one night thing too that I've been doing is I've been actually reaching out to you everyone on my Instagram account, and just for one, thanking them. You know, thank you guys for following. You know, it means a whole lot to me. And I've been just kind of picking you guys' brains of like what you might want to see, what things you might be struggling with, and maybe start developing some like videos or tutorials on how to do like animations or how to get started. And I gotta say, I had some really great conversations with everybody. It's been really nice. It's been really neat chatting with you guys and learning more about you, what things have been working, what hasn't been working for you, and what things you want to learn. And so it's been a really nice process, and I want to do more of that, and especially for the YouTube and Twitch communities, I will definitely reach out to you guys as well and talk and pick your brains and see what you are looking for, because it's funny. I've been trying to figure out things to showcase, things to do, but the majority of everybody's responses is, I love your art, I love your animations, and I love seeing the progress. So I've been doing it. It's just I always get distracted. I have this bad habit of getting distracted with other stuff with it, and I should stop doing that. Okay. Like a good example would be like just doing like a vlog and just talking about stuff that I don't think anybody would really be interested in. Trying to talk about me, which I don't know. Some people might find it interesting, some people might not. But I know I need to focus mostly on being better about focusing on the art and the animation. That's probably why I have a lot more followers on Instagram, and yeah, basically Instagram at this point. Roughs, hold on that. I'm gonna hide that altogether because I want the arms. Okay. So with that said about figuring out what I need to do and what you guys are expecting from me, I am planning on some more tutorials for my YouTube channel. So like a couple ones, for example, I'm thinking of is how to, like a good one I feel that a lot of people probably haven't been asking but probably would love to see is, you know, how to develop a demo reel. And I'm also thinking of doing some challenges. Like one of my friends, she had way back in the day asked me about doing a character drawing of her as a Disney princess, and I was like, oh, okay. And so she still loves the drawing, but I think I could do it a little bit better. So I've been thinking about making a video on drawing, taking an old drawing and making something new out of it. Delete that. So stuff's in the works. But I will say the one thing I've been thinking for the live streams is how to really, what to bring to the table with these. Like what should I do? I mean, obviously animation, duh, because Saturday morning cartoons. But I think I get into this really bad trap of like doing these grand, big, like animations that I get so overwhelmed with that I'm like, nope, I'm done. So I'm thinking I might try to do is, and I would love you guys' help on this, is to do a animation challenge of sorts, like where we make something from scratch, obviously something that is loopable and very quick, like something like this, and then I go about making it. Like a good example with like one of my professors back in college, we were bored, it was near the end of the semester and whatnot, and so he basically animated a chicken blowing up as one of the classes, and it was just fun to watch him like animate it. It was great, and I really enjoyed just seeing that process. So I'm thinking it's something like that, possibly. Actually, am I thinking this wrong? Let's see. Because he's doing like this. Well, I'm gonna keep his. There's the torso. Okay. I will say, I think the one trouble when you're developing a show or just developing just a routine for yourself, especially when something changes, which always freaking happens, is to really kind of find the discipline to do it. So when I got the new job, which I'm super excited about, it's a lot of fun. It allows me to do this full time without worrying about, oh my god, I need money bad. It's a great way for me to really focus on this. But, you know, I think a lot of people too have a problem with that feeling of, I'm so tired, I really don't want to work on this. And I totally understand that feeling. This is gonna be a something like that. So anyway, I was saying, let's see how that looks. Turn off. So what I've been doing lately is I've been focused. Alright, so basically, I'm bad at this. Anyway, the thing I was focusing on mostly is to get up early and do my animation, do the work that I want to do, and obviously Saturday morning cartoons on Saturday mornings, so that way I have the rest of the day to do whatever I need to do. So, for example, like work, stuff like that. I mean, I feel like a lot of artists and animators get in this bad rap of, well, not bad rap, but bad idea of, you know, working on their day job, which is like paying the bills, and then come home and work really late at night on their projects. I mean, some people, they find that it's a good way of doing it. Me, I am not one to do. I am not one to works well in those kind of conditions. Like I find myself being unmotivated to, because I'm tired from work. I've been traveling all day and having to deal with other people's bullcrap. It's kind of like, no, I don't really want to do that. So that's why for me, I try to get up fairly early in order to do what I like to do. And I do have to say, I find a lot of joy in doing that, because it allows me, I mean, it's my time. You know, I'm not doing it for boss, I'm not doing it for client, I'm doing it for myself. Which I think, is that the, nope. Oh, is it? Oh, I got one more, okay. It just kind of gives me more of that freedom to do it. And at the end of the day, you know, I don't feel guilty about not getting it done. And, you know, I put some work into it earlier in the morning. So now it's like, okay, now the rest of my day, like, even if I, like, come home and just, like, out, I'm done. You know, I don't feel guilty about not doing my own work. It's kind of a nice feeling versus really should get up and do some I should really go downstairs and work on animation and such. but I find myself actually doing it. So it's makes like actually let's isolate that. Where's his torso? There we go. That looks a little bit better. So yeah, but I think also too I've also been running, so that's why I look all nice and slim and good looking. So I've been doing that kind of stuff lately, and it's been really nice to be able to. But I really got to find more of a balance for that, because, you know, obviously the only other reason I'm actually getting up early is so I could do this stuff, but I'm also trying to get myself back into shape because I am tired of being a fat ass. So yeah, those have been kind of my reasons. I mean, who knows? I might even do is, I mean, I definitely like my runs in the morning, because then it really just gets me excited for the rest of the day. But as far as but I also want to get my morning drawings and do some animation work on the fly as well, so that way I got stuff to show you guys. You know, I feel bad that I don't get this stuff done. Okay, got that. I gotta open a window. Hold on a sec. It's a little warm in here. So it's more just like basically what I'm trying to say. It's more just trying to find a balance and what your goals are in life, and trying, especially if you're going and being an artist and everything. It's also kind of just that what you do after 9 to 5, or what you do in the morning before 9 to 5. It's what really kind of will help you push forward in life. And I've always had that drive, and that's something that you can develop over time. And especially too, like, I hate when people, like, when it comes to art, like, oh my god, like, can you show me like the trick on making animation? Like, there's a button that you press that instantly makes your work like amazing, and there is no button, there is no switch, there is no cheat. You actually have to put in the work. And if it's a challenge for you for the work, like if you find yourself like not enjoying it at all, then you are in the wrong field. Because it shouldn't feel like work. Granted though, I know for me it was not because, it's not because I don't love doing this. I have this really bad habit of being a little too ambitious about it and getting overwhelmed by it. And that might mean for me like having to cut it down into smaller chunks in order to do a better animation or a better piece. So I just gotta cut back on how much I have to do, And sometimes too, we all get lazy. Very, very lazy. But I've also started doing this thing, it's like, just spend 5 minutes doing it. And it's like, everyone has like a 5 minutes to do something. You know, it's like, alright, fine, I'll just spend 5 minutes. And usually, I find that all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes and it's been a half hour. I'm still working on it. So just spending that time to do that. So it's 5 minutes. I think the one thing I didn't like about this was like how the shapes of their hands of his hands wasn't really good. So that's why I'm trying to go back into them and really kind of play around with their shapes and everything. Man, we're getting through this though. But yeah, like even like today, like, you know, getting really grumpy. I'm like, ah, man, really, you know, it's like spend a couple minutes, just do it. And I've always find too, whenever I'm like, fine, I'll go do it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I love doing this, and I've been wanting to do it all week. But you know, you try to overcome that lazy brain syndrome can be tough. So for me, just taking the time, even just writing down like, all right, this is what I'm doing today, and going through with it. But it's gonna be that challenge of getting over the lazy brain versus active brain. Oh wow, that's probably not gonna look good. We shall see. Not bad. Not bad. Well, I gotta turn off these arms. So, one thing I'm noticing is that it's clawing this way, kind of deal. So, I need to do is fix. So, I need. Yeah, because it's bouncing out that way. So, what I need to do is turn all these off. Figure out where the starting. Alright, so these I gotta delete. But I know that one I need to do is make the squash for that. So, because he's bouncing his fingers in. So it's a... And if you want that to loop, so I'm going to copy that, put that there, delete these guys, and kind of did the same, how I did the same thing with the first hand there, is to basically make a movement up. Just need to. Oh, why does it do that? Does anyone know why? So for every random reason, it always will jump into another layer. I don't know if that's some kind of bug or whatnot, but it always drives me nuts. So I have to remember to always lock it. Okay, let's see how that looks. No, cancel. Well, actually, you know what? I kind of like how it was before. Ah, man. Yeah, because that gives it a little more of a like. So while that's there we go. You know what? I think too, he should, when he's typing, I think he should be like getting really close as he types. Because then he's like, oh my god! Oh man! So that way it's not just a stagnant like dee 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 dee. This is actually fun. I'm like going back into old animations and doing something a little bit better with what we have. Yeah, so just imagine him just getting a little close. Like, it would be kind of subtle, but it would be more like his torso moved a little bit, and then his head would move with it. So it would be like, so he'd probably go really close, like here, and then move his head like, oh man! You know, like how most you guys go. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this thing. Take his head off. And it's funny too, the way I animate, it's so much different than most people. Because I kind of break everything up. Like, arms I don't need anymore, so I'm just gonna turn those off. Where's oh, there we go. Yeah, like the way I animate is a little like I break everything apart for my animations, because I guess for me it makes it a little bit easier to better understand how my characters will move in the space if I break up like the arms and whatnot. And that's probably why I'm really looking into doing rig character animation with these characters and build these characters rigs and everything. It's so that I can actually make the motions move. But I do like, actually, this arc come about here. As you can see, just it's not much movement. It's just and then a lot of it's gonna be easing. Just slowing the motion down a little bit. So he's at like almost at peak. Actually, let's delete these two. So I think so what I'm gonna do is right about there. I can draw. So I want the extreme pose. So that's what I'm gonna do. So it's that. Oh. Because I really want him leaned in to really kind of get that pose, and to have it kind of read that he's like locked in. I guess you would call it. And I'm probably gonna do is get his shoulder in, because what's neat about Two Moon Harmony is like what I can see right now. It's like, well, wait, what about his arms? I can actually move his arms a little bit, I think. Keyframe that. Let's see. Let's experiment, shall we? Now he's praying mantis. Alright, so I guess I can't go that extreme. So that's probably not... That's gonna be a no-no. No-no. So if I'm gonna... So if his torso, I'd get... So... From the looks of it, I might have to play with keeping his torso the same, but it's very subtle. Well, maybe it might have to be the neck, actually. This I'm going... Yeah, because that little subtle movement of his head will actually make the most sense as I'm drawing him. And then that way too, he goes back and grabs the popcorn, and then he gets back into it. Like, oh man. So I'm. Oops. And new drawing. Head. And close. Give me the fluffy head. Turn off that arm. Turn it off. Turn it off! Turn it off! Also, one thing too, if you want to know how to figure out how to slow down timing and everything, just make your drawings really without like affecting how many frames it is. Though with this, I probably will have to play around with this. Is to really put your drawings really close together. That's a really great way to. So as you can see, it's just a very subtle, like actually I almost have to make my new changes to it, so that way the eye can still read it, but you also, it's not so many frames to go like here. Like actually, you know what I might do? I might draw his extreme. So extreme pose might be right about down here. Because he's so into it. He's so into the stream. And he's interacting with everybody and be like, yes, I am too enjoying the stream. God, that was awful. I should not be streaming. I should not be allowed to be streaming. Actually, what I'm going to do is actually take this, copy it, and do the select all. Lock the torso. Why? Okay. Grab all that. And then move it about there. What I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna, like, see those construction lines there? I'm just gonna get rid of those, as well as adjust the ears a bit. You'll see why, because then I'll do is I'm actually gonna move it more this way. So before it was about the. Ah, no, dang it. Chris, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Idiots! There will be a king. I will be king. So, alright, so I'm going to basically move it there. So, what was the issue I was having was the fact that I didn't duplicate it. So, now, okay. So, now I can actually edit this one without affecting the previous drawing. Which you would think would be automatic, but, well, I don't work for Toon Boom, so I can't. Alright, so now it's basically going from here to there. Here to there. And that gives it that, like, yes! It's just a really bad ticker. So now doing the breakdown. Actually, make sure you got the same one. Select the whole thing. Move it down to the middle. About there. And delete and edit stuff that as you please. So for me, it's basically the ears, because he's transitioning a little bit, because he's kind of turning his head as he's going down. So you kind of just want to clean all that stuff out. Plus, this is somewhat of a time saver per se. So actually his ear is gonna probably start turning in a little bit. So it's probably gonna be staying straight. And same with this ear, it's just about the same. But the turning of his head is probably gonna be about there, yeah. So we flip through these. And now it's now just going through and actually like in between all those. So I'm gonna actually start and dear God. It's gonna be warm today because I want to sing to you. It's more just me talking to myself at this point. I'm so lonely. Making cartoons all by my lonesome. I'm not that lonely. Maybe I am a little bit, but not that much. I will say it, with this one, I could have just put this on 2s and it would probably work alright, but I wanted that little bit of nice transition into it. See that? Now it's like, ooh, ooh. Ooh. And then when I start doing the face animations for it, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be like, ah, he's so happy. Wow, we are flying through this stream. It's already been an hour. And we got so much done. So if we alright, maybe I might have to add those on 2s. Just because. There we go. Because we want the arms to go really quickly, but the head kind of slowly goes in. And I might do, actually, take his whole head, move it down, That one's fine. Make a little bit. Take these out. Just want to select one. Only one of you will be moved. So I'm gonna actually. This one. Move up, back. And then this one is all hyped like that. So let's see how that looks. Turn these on. That looks awful. Extend that one out because that's rusting. Maybe those two. I might actually, you know what it might be? Don't really have much of a slowdown image. To ease everything into it. That's probably why it doesn't look too... Looks kind of weird. Because if you think about it... let's see how that looks. Sorry, it's driving me nuts. Cycle that. Let's do 3. There we go. He's really into it now. So I think the issue was that there was no pause. You know, there's a pause at the beginning and then there's a little bit of pause at the end, so we go in. Not bad though. I definitely will have to play around with the body and torso and everything just to get that. Yee. Oh, I mean that's a good. That would even just be a good loop. You know, just having it go from there to there. Be like new followers. But I know I definitely want to go through. I definitely want to add the motion of him eating something and then getting back in that pose, so that way it's a really full, complete animation loop and such. So this is actually coming out not too bad, actually. It's kind of crazy how it look, how that happens. You know, you think it's not gonna work, and all of a sudden it's like it's actually working. It's working. It's a race. So let's see. Now, just gotta delete all those, and then I gotta really shrink this down. All right, it's locked. The weird. Anyway, hope everyone's gonna be having a great holiday weekend. Not much for to celebrate per se, but sort of turmoil. But I'm hoping too that even like with fireworks, like ooh pretty and everything, people will be a little more active politically. Again, not getting into that, but anyway, I should be fun. Though I gotta go to work on Monday, which kind of stinks. But I'm thinking I might do for the 4th is to actually maybe do a special 4th of July stream where I might do Fluffy with the fireworks. Actually, that's probably gonna go more in because so this is. That part's going in more, and this is actually going out like that. So it's a woof. There we go, yeah. So now he's getting really into it. But again, I gotta make sure his shoulders doesn't really, because if he's going like this, he's actually, I just realized that. He'll still be arcing his back, but his shoulders should stay almost the same. So this part's going out, but his shoulders will still stay forward to create that illusion. Actually, this is the part where his head moves forward. Actually, this might actually just extend out to here. There we go. Doesn't that look nice? He's really into it now. It's funny, we went from just a stagnant one to now a more interesting, like, going into the animation. And it looks really nice. I like it. Coffee of glory. Hey, I'm really liking this. he's really into it. You're like, yeah, I think that's I think what's tough is too when you're having an idea like this and you're trying to make it a little easier on yourself, but also kind of fun. Like you almost want to kind of start thinking to yourself like, oh, I'm just gonna make really quick shortcuts to this and everything. Like even today, like I even thought this stream was gonna be basically me going through and just cleaning up this animation in particular and go from there. But I think this is coming out really nice, and I'm kind of glad I decided to go through and just really go more in depth with it. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is obviously save. And then I'm probably going to do is his feet. So basically his feet are out like this, but my guess is that when you're going for an animation pose, like if he's leaning in, his feet might drop a little bit, so that way it creates more room, but it just say it's gonna be really subtle. I didn't think I was gonna go this in-depth in animation today. I thought, but the thing is too, we've only been streaming for about an hour, and so far it's been really well. We got a lot done, basically. Yeah, so feet above the torso, and but I've been wanting to redesign this thing for a while now, so it's kind of nice being able to. And it's funny, this animation was supposed to be for the whole April giraffe there who was born in captivity there, and everybody was watching. I mean, I might come back to this one day, but instead he's like Fluffy's watching is watching Sparkles the unicorn giving her birth to her first unicorn baby. So this will probably drop about there. And I might show a little bit of that. This would be known as secondary motion. This will drop up there. It's very subtle. Like that's the goal. I think when it comes to secondary animation and everything, a lot of animators don't use it as often. The best ones I've seen use it, and it just adds a little bit more realism to the characters, and makes it a little more believable. see how that looks. Yeah, see, it's a very simple little animation, but you could just, it feels a little more real now because it's not just stagnant like that. Like you can see in the background, like if it was to stay like that. Actually, here, I'll just turn the feed off real quick. But see how it's kind of like, it would be weird just not having it there. And so by adding the little bit of that foot down, though I think I'm gonna might do for the back foot though. I think I might lift that up a bit. So one's pushing up, the other one's kind of lifting up a little bit. So I'm just gonna go through all these and erase all this. So I almost kind of want his foot to be like about here. And this also might show like a little bit of the weight being shifted up. Like he's almost kind of leaning this way, and so his foot's kind of lifting up a bit, but not by much. Who knows? I might even edit this whole thing and make it into so I might make this whole thing a tutorial. Or just taking a really basic animation and making it better. Alright, so I need to take the arms off because it's a bit distracting. Okay. And I'm sure you're thinking too, like, well, Chris, how come that's not a separate layer? It's like, it's so subtle that... Nice. That looks good. I mean, you might not even see it in the, on the actual thing. Like, so... Like that's gonna be, but just having a little bit of movement there just kind of helps with the realism of it. I'm almost tempted to add his tail like wagging back and forth, but I might hold off on that. We shall see. But so far, this is what we got, and this is actually looking much better. And I was working on this February or so I think it was because, again, freaking out because I didn't have much money and it was not working and everything, but I'm glad I'm actually able to do all this and whatnot, and this is gonna come out really nice. I'm liking this. So excited. Oh, save that too. But yeah, this is looking super better, mucho better, mucho. Looking much better than we were doing last time. I'm almost, let's see, actually let's do this. I'll show you, well, move that. I'll just move that whole Molly one. Oop. Oh wait, let me add a peg. There we go. Peg to the group. Just do 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 do. guess I gotta do it this way. So I'm gonna move the original one over. Just so you can see if it will keep it there. So this is what we had before. This is the old one, and it was very simple. But now look at the dynamic one that we have here. And this one, I feel like this one has a little more personality to it, and adds a more sense of realism to the character and whatnot, and it looks really nice. Like, it's a little more believable. Like, this is a smart the first one's like whereas the one we just did, it's more really like he's into it, like, oh my god. And then when I add his facial stuff to it, it's gonna be like a big, like, oh my god kind of deal, like, oh man. We're really gonna get into this. But I'm liking it so far. But let me delete that keyframe, so now we have that back over here. And what else? What else we're gonna do? Actually, let's do his face. So see, turn that off, and then turn off. I gotta clean some of the stuff off, so I'm just gonna have his head put there and everything, and turn off the molly, or the old stuff. Actually, no, I need to have. Actually, no. Nah. We're just gonna do it this way. we're gonna make it new. We're gonna make it new and exciting. So, and I'm gonna actually do it's different colors, so that way I can see. Because sometimes it gets really muddy after a while, and you want to be able to see how each drawing's gonna look. So I'm gonna draw his eyes. And it's funny, Fluffy. If you ever want to know how to draw his head, then it's the best way to do it. Whoops. Lock that. If you ever want to know how to draw Fluffy, which I don't know if anyone would be, his face is kind of like a jack-o'-lantern. So I'm gonna move all that stuff off. Which is weird. Like, if you ever look at his teeth, like, it's actually part of his face. So I think I'm gonna go to this one because he's all big-eyed now. He's like, oh man. Oh man. He's like, ooh. Or should we have him go, ooh? So it goes from ah, ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have him go from ooh. I like that. Let's do that. He's going from a ah to an ooh. Ah to ooh. Big freaking eyes when he's doing it. Like, ooh. It's like almost kind of like a shiny. Cause I'm shiny. No, I'm not thinking that. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, I lost somebody. He heard it. What's up, Butchery? Let's make more cartoons today. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh. Yeah, I'm excited for the new season of Rick and Morty. I saw the July 30th thing, so I'm like, I can wait 30 more days. I think I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller, or a little bit bigger. Depends on your definition. Yeah, it's funny. I haven't been really good about it. Yeah, I don't mind cleanup. It's just it takes a long time to do. But it's fine. I went back to this animation just because I figured there'd be kind of a nice another like, hey, look, we got another follower. Look, animation and whatnot. Miss vectors. I wouldn't know because I never used vector or bitmaps for mine yet. Though I'm looking to possibly purchase Toon Boom Premium there. Let's see, do I know how to shift and trace in Toon Boom with the X sheet? No, I do not. Like, let's assume for a second that I just don't know. That I'm just playing dumb for the entire time. How to shift and trace into Hi, so no worries. I don't know a lot of stuff when it comes to Toon Boom. I'm just more of the let's just play around with stuff and see what happens. Like, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Delete that. Move that over. Hopefully that looks nice. Let's see. Ooh. I like that. Is it bad that I'm laughing a little bit too hard at this? I think I am. Ooh. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out next time when I'm doing the cleanup. Actually, I could probably do it right now too, but might play around with it after the stream and everything because I got some videos that I want to do today. Let's see, actually. Oh, by the way, Butchery, I do have those turnarounds for you. I just haven't had the time to really go through and clean them up a little bit more. So if you want to do the cleanups for it, you can. If you're interested. If not, I'll just go through and kind of clean them up and send it to you. Because I know we were talked about last time to do the rigging and whatnot for the character of Molly there. I'm definitely busier than last time. Yeah, I have too. I've been like working on. Yeah, well, I've been doing it on the train ride into Boston each morning. So I've been, but I don't have Toon Boom on my Surface Pro there. So I haven't had a chance to actually work, like clean it up in there. So I still have the link to your Google Drive thing, so I'll send that to you. When probably actually I might send it to you after the stream. So but I know there's some things I want to fix on it before I send it out to you. Yeah, because I was saying earlier, it would be nice to be able to just go full balls to the wall animating versus like having to draw it out, clean it up, and fill it with color each time. I just put the scene together, animate it really quickly, and then post it out there. Breeze, air. Go figure. Go from extremely cold to extremely warm in one shot, and within 6 months. that big ass claw. I need to turn that one off so I can see. Oh wait, no, that's the right one. Never mind. Are we back to the... Yep, we're back to that one. Copy. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I need to go through and clean this all up. Line that down. I gotta say, I do like the new drawing, the pencil tool as far as cleanup is concerned versus using the, wow, lost my train of thought, paintbrush, because that was just god awful. Like, a lot of cleaning up to do with that, so... Whereas this is more just that, like, or this is just cleaning up one line versus the whole like thing around it. Or yeah, like it would, like whereas inside versus doing it on the outside, so it makes life a little bit easier. Though I can never figure out why it just does that, huh? Smooth that out? Nope. Yeah, I merged them, and I always get this weird... Yeah, how you go about merging it though? Like I'm thinking use the pencil editor. Do I have a pencil editor? The $1 million question. Pencil at dropper line. No. Nothing in that one. Where's the pencil editor? Just kind of. Contour. Yeah, because these are all I got. I got smooth editor. I got perspective. Yeah, yeah. Which is why I'm thinking of upgrading to which is why I'm thinking of upgrading to either advanced or the premium. But I've also been talking to one of my animation friends, and see, he said that if you still have a student's email or a teacher email, that you could yeah, it is very silly. Totally agree. So let's see if I can. I love how it breaks too, like right. Yeah, like that doesn't make. Why does it do that? And why do we not have that tool? And now you just gotta tweak that. But yeah, anyway, so I'm thinking I might try to get premium, so that way I can do more episodes and more Molly's Follies and just make life easier, because it's starting to get as bad as Photoshop Elements. If anyone has played around with that, you can understand the craziness of how basic that is. But like I do get why it needs to be this the price of it for their price system, but at the same time, like, this is a little much for anybody. Actually, let's have it back the way it was before. Yeah, let's keep that. Right? Like, how is it that how is it that Essentials doesn't have like the basics? I even looked up too, like all the features and everything on with Toon Boom, like the premium, the advanced, and whatnot, and it's really not much difference for the most part, other than like premium has that really great node view and everything. I just don't understand why it really needs to be cost like 800. What was it, like 876 for a whole year for a subscription, and then like almost $2,000 for if you want just a base, if you just want to put license with none of the updates. I mean, if anything, I would love to see it more around like $500 and everything. All right, we're looking at, let's see, what we got, the pencil editor dock thing. Look at all the features from the pencil editor. That really? Seriously? Toon Boom, you really gotta up your game. This is ridiculous. I mean, I get... And that's an Animate Pro release. Man, really? This is sad. That's really sad. I mean, I could definitely understand why people might start switching over to Adobe Animate, you know, and I'm about close to, but I just love Toon Boom's drawing tools when they are available. But I just always had a bad experience with Flash. Because again, they're like, oh well, this is this and this is because they were trying to be everything and everything as far as our product goes. But now since they're focusing like, oh yeah, like animators use this a lot, maybe we should tailor this to them. Like Adobe finally figured it out. Like, oh yeah, maybe we should do that. And make Flash is something completely different for everything else. But they still mess up the drawing tools on it, which I don't get. like Toon Boom has a really great product, but it, you know, unless you have almost $2,000 sitting around and you're just doing basic animations, you know, you have very limited options for it. And I think that's probably one of the downsides. Like, one of the things I do like about Adobe's model there is the fact that you pay, what is it, $600 for a subscription, and you basically can get everything for it. Like, you get Flash, you get After Effects, you get all of that, and it's all nice one package. They're basically asking for like a down payment on a car for this is Toon Boom, by the way, to get the almost best stuff. And I mean, it does show in their work, but that's this is my rant time. So my apologies if I'm ranting. It's just, if you want to get other animators excited about your product, you need to make it reasonable for them to actually consume it. This is a mess. Like that garbage down there. Like, look at that. Like, the pencil editor tool would be fantastic for this right now. Especially when you get all the gunk down here. Again, it's just, I don't know, it's silly to me. I understand that they're a business and they need to make money and whatnot. But if you want to get people excited about your product, you need to make it available to those people. And especially animators who are probably going to be working as possible studio, and they probably would like to know this stuff beforehand. And finally, yes, I do want to save. I mean, like I said, who knows? I might just get so fed up about it and just be like, you know what? I'll just switch over to animate and be done with it. Because I think most people will actually take Flash over Toon Boom in a heartbeat, especially if they're new. All right, enjoy your breakfast. I'll still be here. I'll still be here, Amy. I might go till like 1 o'clock or so, but I'm still continuing this rant. Like a lot of, like, especially animation stuff, like these kind of programs are definitely expensive. All right, you too, Butchery. Have a great day if I don't see you. All right, so what was our ranting? Oh yeah, having stuff being expensive, it's a little bit too expensive to clients. Like, I totally understand the whole concept of, you know, they need to make money and this is a very powerful program. I totally get that, and they're probably, the majority of their demographic is animation studios like Titmouse and Adult Swim, stuff like that. And they have a great product. I love it. But at the same time, you know, you gotta understand that like animators like myself, like Butchery and stuff like that, they want to be able to use the same tools at home as well as at work. So it's really kind of stopping ingenuity when it comes to well, not ingenuity, but it really stops the creative process when they don't have the tools. Now, if they're a small studio like mine, where don't really have much options other than using the essentials, then I'm like shit out of water. And I really do like the tools in this. But if you're only limiting so many of the tools, then you're like, there's not much. I mean, I don't know. It like I said, what I think what bothers me is the fact that, you know, they have this all this great stuff with it, and you're expecting artists to almost pay a down payment for possibly a car or even a house for your product. Whereas majority of people might just go over to Adobe Animate, because of the fact that it comes with a lot more. Like, you have a lot more products. Like, I understand Toon Boom doesn't have that many products other than producer, storyboard, and animate, but maybe it might make sense to have a product setup where it's you get all three for the price what you would pay for a Harmony. I mean, I think that would be a little better deal, and in that way people understand your product, people want to work with the product. And I can't believe this is actually someone coming out to be a review, so maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll just talk about the review of this as I'm clean this up. So this started out as a rant, and now it's going to be a Toon Boom Harmony review. Working double time. So let's start with what I like. I love the drawing tools with this and the workflow. I know a lot of people who are coming from like a Flash background might not enjoy it. But the thing what bothers me with like Animate, and who knows, it might have changed since I've last played around with it. The drawing tools are just mediocre. And whereas Toon Boom's like drawing tools, like as you've been watching, like they really go above and beyond. Like, I love the smoothness of it. I love being able to have like a contour, like going from really small to really big and back again. Like sketching with it's really good. The color palettes, like the fact that I can change something in like if I wanted to change the fur, for example, to a different color, I just click on here and just play around with it and instantly updates. Actually, let's combine all that. And it's very straightforward for the most part, and there's some really great tools with it. And the fact too that you don't have to go export it out to a different program, like if you were like compositing this all together, like other than to like Premiere, for example, you really don't need to composite it outside of the program. Like, you can do everything within the program itself, like the effects, animations, color, sound, all that within the program. Now, I mean, granted, this is the base model, so the essentials. But if you start going up to premium and advanced, like premium basically has the no view, so now you can actually do like the 360 views of a character. You could do really good rigging with it. As well as the rigging in here, it reminds me a lot of the 3D rigging that I used to do back in the day. So a lot of it was really made a lot of sense. But so here's the downsides, and I've been ranting about this for a while. You have to pay there's probably a good reason why they call it premium, because you really are paying a premium in order to even use the program. So the essentials really cost is really not that bad. It's about $180 a year. So that's a good price point. And you're getting the very, very, very basics of the program. I almost want to equate this to almost like Toon Boom, not like Adobe Photoshop Elements. Like, you get the base model of everything on this. I mean, so this would be good for somebody who's just learning the program and who is just starting out and possibly learning animation. Like, this is a really good one to work with. But if you're a little bit more advanced and you want to do a little bit more, this might be something that it might be a good bargain after a while, but once you start wanting to do a little bit more, then you start seeing its pitfalls, like the fact that rigging, like, you have to do rigging all down in here, which can be annoying and it's very limited. And the bone, while the bone tools in here are really great, and I've done a rigging with it, it's not cost effective, I guess. Like, you could do a lot more with the node views and whatnot. So but in Essentials, you don't have that. You don't have the node graphics and whatnot. And as well as in Advanced, you get the bitmaps and whatnot. You don't get this. You just get the vectors. You don't really get... It's just very basic. Like, it's almost like a really decent Flash, I guess. Like what Flash should be, I guess. Or, I'm sorry. It's Flash... It's now I'm gonna mess this up because for the longest time it used to be called Flash. What animate's supposed to be, whereas this is a little more like, I like the tools. Like, the best tools about the thing I love about Harmony's tools is the fact that its drawing tools are top notch. Like, I really like that. What Flash should be. Yeah, right? It should be exact. Like, I even chuckled when it announced, like, I was laughing when they announced Adobe Animate, and because I'm like, oh, that's Toon Boom. That's been in Toon Boom. That's been in Toon Boom. This has been in Toon Boom. Like, everything that they were like, look at our new features, Toon Boom had for like years. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, but it's still lacking a lot. But who knows? Maybe I might change my mind. I might just get so frustrated with Harmony and the fact that my production needs are starting to go up a little bit more, and especially if I want to continue doing like independent cartoons like Molly's Follies and want to do more great character animations and whatnot, I probably need to up my game on that. And if Adobe Animate has that, then it might mean a time to switch. But I just don't like their drawing tools. I mean, I've had friends who work as independent artists, and they hate the drawing tools of Adobe. Like, other than Photoshop, but you can also animate in Photoshop. But I don't like I do like Photoshop, but not for animating. Do I have one more? Yeah, I do. Yeah, no, like, I totally agree. Like, it would be worth buying the perpetual license, but it's $2,000, almost $2,000. And, like, sure, like, in the long run for it, yeah, like I totally agree with that. Like the fact that it's 2 grand. Like it's 2 grand. Most people do not have like 2 grand sitting around, especially this day and age. So man, this is really firing me up. Talk. This is good. Like no, other than studios, most people won't be able to pay that. And even studios, they usually get a discount because they are buying in bulk and storage. So unless Toon Boom has a payment plan in the future or something, anything that makes it a little bit easier for creators like myself and animators and small production houses, they're gonna be left in the dust. It's almost like they were like, well, it's one of those like it's nice to have, but we are doing better with what we got. Oh, really? So they're buying. So I'm just Butchery was telling me that the studios are paying the monthly for the licenses, which it's interesting. Even they don't buy the potential. So I mean, like even the monthly is 876, and even Adobe, I know their group thing, like when multiple people, like multiple license, though they actually have it set up so that if they need to add a different account to it, it only costs them like $10 additional per person, and they still get the whole package. Who knows? Maybe I might just have to switch over to just Adobe. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Toon Boom, but if you're a serious animator, you really need if you have the funds, Toon Boom is definitely the way to go. Unfortunately, if you're independent and you're trying to speed up production while also not spending like 2 grand on a potential license up front, then you probably have to start looking somewhere else, because like it stinks. It really sucks. Like I do enjoy the program. It's just not cost effective. Yeah, like especially if you're a small production house, most people are gonna be like, that's nice, but I can't afford it. I actually remember going down to CTN or one of the big like conventions and whatnot, and Toon Boom was there, and the sales guy was trying to convince me about getting Toon Boom, and I was just like, that's a lot of money. I don't have that much. I mean, heck, even Wacom for the longest time, like, would be like, no, we are not doing a payment plan. It's finally doing a payment plan on their products. So that way it's a little more affordable for people to get it. And they could charge a little bit more because there's a little bit of interest. So you getting more for the buck. So Toon Boom, get on the program. Yeah, like I just learned about this because I'm looking to get a Mobile Studio Pro. And the thing for me is, oh well, like I remember even having this conversation with a Wacom personnel because I wanted to get a Cintiq. I was like, do you guys have a payment plan? They're like, nope. And mind you, this was back in like 2011. But now they're like, oh, that may be a good idea. Maybe we should do a payment plan. And now they are. But so overall, like, would I recommend Toon Boom Essentials? I would say maybe to a degree. Like, if you are a beginning animator and you really want and are transitioning from traditional onto digital, I definitely would recommend Toon Boom. It is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you kind of figure it out, it's not difficult. I mean, especially if you're trying to do a lot like complex things like rigging and whatnot. As far as like just straight up like drawing, it's really good. But if you're thinking of upping your game and going it like if you know what you're doing, I guess I don't know. If you know what you're doing and you're trying to push the elements of your drawing skills and your animation skills and everything, Essentials is you're gonna reach a point where you're like, all right, I definitely need to upgrade to something. And I haven't tried Advanced. Advanced just basically looks like you add more tools to it, but you miss out on the really neat stuff like what Premium has. And even then, even the professional license for that one's like $1,000. So, I mean, it starts getting really expensive really quick, which stinks because I think Toon Boom has a really great product, but it's unattainable for most animators, especially independent animators. So that's probably why Adobe has a little bit more of the advantage, is the fact that, you know, it's fairly affordable. But I also, again, understand their business model is mostly focusing on big studios. And while that might last them for a good while, it won't last them in the long run. But yeah, that's my rant and slash review. I mean, like I said, overall, love the product. It's just very expensive, and you're not going to get a lot out of. I mean, you're gonna reach a wall with each version of Harmony until you basically just be like, screw it, I'm just gonna put $2,000 down for the premium. But like, I'm hitting a wall with production, and that bothers me. I don't like the fact that I'm hitting a wall. And I just realized that's. What am I doing? This one. Copy cells. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm. But yeah, like, I don't know, like that's my opinion about it. Is, you know, it's a great product, but it's almost, I almost kind of like almost a, yeah, I get why it's supposed to be very basic. It's meant, yeah, it's definitely meant for traditional artists. Like, so if you're just somebody who's like, I'm not interested in cutout animation or rigging or making really like elaborate things, I just want to focus mostly on doing 2D traditional hand-drawn stuff, and I just draw every single frame, Essentials is great. But if you're trying to push out more like stuff, and you might need to do complex animation that might include some rigging, because I've done some hybrids with this. I've done some traditional and rig characters. Like that, like I've done that with previous animations, and they work really well. It's all the effects is within here are awesome, and it's really cool to add that kind of stuff to it, and you can basically almost composite everything within Essentials. But if you're trying to do a little bit more, you're trying to do a little more elaborate animations that might need advanced rigging, you will basically skip over Advanced and have to go into Premium, because Advanced is basically this but with bitmaps. Like, I've looked through all of that stuff. It's just sad. Like, I mean, it's, well, not sad, but in order to up your game, other than withdrawing with advanced. Like, I would wish even advanced had like basic nodes. Like, you don't have to have like every single cool little thing that a premium node. But even if like advanced had some node views stuff, but like you're limited on how many nodes I guess you have, because I'm assuming that premium has like every single kind like effects and nodes and I don't know, like not as powerful tools like the basic ones, you know. I don't know. Then we could talk. But as far as like everything else, it's like it's weird. I don't know. I guess for me it's like, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I better get more than what I think other products have. And who knows? Like I said, I might even just have to go into Toon Boom, or not Toon Boom, Adobe Animate and play around with it. Because I mean, if it makes sense, I might switch over. Because I mean, I also feel too that I get more from my buck with what Adobe is. The only thing that sucks about it is that there's no perpetual license unless you bootleg a copy of it. Alright, let's see how that looks. Oops. Wow, really jiggles. Why is it doing that? To spend all this time ranting and not paying attention, and it looks weird. There we go. Do I have to expand these out? Let's see. Fixing traditional work. Yep. Yeah, it can be, because I mean you could really screw it up really quick. With
because it might not even look right. I mean, again, it might be also the fact of how I animate is having everything separated out. Why is it slowing down now? There we go. Also, yeah, like that looks a little bit better, but I didn't change much to it. Might have to play it. Might have to make a little adjustments. Just a little adjustment. Alright, Butchery, I'll catch you later. Thank you. I'm hopefully to get this done by today, but we shall see. It might be another like next week's stream kind of deal. But I'll send you all that information too later on today. I had to redraw that. Oops, didn't want that one deleted. Whew, man, it's getting warm in here. I had to call it quits soon. Who knows? So basically what I'm trying to do is trying to keep all the shapes for this now to try to fix that. Where's the on this skinning on this? Hello? Up there it is. do. Yeah, I guess also one thing too, that I'm guessing as trying to improve the workflow of my studio and everything is the fact that, you know, this takes a lot of time, you know, with unlike most with versus like doing these traditionally. Wait, what am I talking about? No. These the problem I have is the fact that as a small studio, you know, I'm trying to put content out as fast as possible. And with animation, it takes I mean, animation is a long process. So totally understand that. Whoa. Oh, that's silly. What am I doing? So in order to really kind of produce more animations and whatnot, I know I've started to realize that I need to have like character cutout rigs or something, because you know, I can at least set up the scene and just focus on doing the animation portions of it, so that way it's not like I'm not just going through and have to like draw the scene over and over and over again in order to get the same effect. Or though what I like about Toon Boom's rigging tools is that they're really more elaborate. Which is awesome. And I mean, I hate bringing this contact this back up again, but it's like keep humming at this, but it's like these are. I'm gonna do select. Oh wait, I merged all those. Crap. With Toon Boom, what bothers me is the fact that I can't produce very quickly, especially if you're a one-man team. And it's almost like having like wanting, you're almost, you know, like if you're a car person, you know, like how awesome some of these cars are be like and if you like, for example, like the Tesla, like I would literally love to have a Tesla. I love the idea of a Tesla. You know, I love the features of the Tesla and what it can do. Am I gonna shell out like $100,000 for a car? Absolutely not. Okay, that looks better. So I could do is Actually, let's try the reverse. Nope, about the same. I guess the one I think overall I think the pet peeve is like you're spending a good amount of money and then when you hear about a tool that you could possibly use in order to make production quicker, you have to pay another thing of money for, and that bothers me. Again, I understand that they're a company and they have to make money and all that, but it's like at the same time, do good to your customers. Like, the money will come. You just got it. If you treat your customers with the sense that they're gonna stay for a really long time, if they're gonna be excited about your product when they come out, make it reasonable for them to purchase your product. And don't nickel and dime them. Nobody likes being nickeled and dimed, as you can tell. But, you know, and especially too, if you want new customers to come up and try your product, you're gonna need those people who are excited about it at the beginning, and also make it fairly reasonable for people to purchase. I think that's what, if you look at any review on, for not Toon Boom, but for if you do like any review for Toon Boom's products and whatnot, everyone says they love it. The only thing is that the price. The price is always kind of the first thing that pops up. And I kind of have to agree with them. Okay, that looks a little better. Now let's actually put... Now I'll actually add color. Oop. There we go. I mean, it's a little shaky, but not too bad. Now if we put it with the rest. Yeah, not bad. Whew. It is toasty. Yeah, and then you get weird stuff like this. I don't know why it's not showing. Oh well. Actually, guys, I think I'm gonna bug out a little early because it's really getting hot down here, and I'm literally sweating through everything. So, thank you again for joining me. I probably will finish this up next week around same time. And I keep breaking stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So tune in next week for another Saturday morning cartoons at around 10 o'clock. I think I'm gonna do it around 10, so that way I'm up, I'm more awake, you guys are more awake, and we can have a lot more fun. And if you like seeing these, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you next week. Take care.